This isn't going to be an easy conversation. I think we need to talk just about our relationship. It's not gone well. It was going well. It was fantastic, in fact. We've shared many a great time together. I'm looking behind me now and I can see my one of our fantastic unions. This is the office one. Got an Office Quest 2. Just for the office. Got one at home. That's for the home. Both as me. They're both mine. Both play with them. Regularly enjoy the time we spend together. I'm not getting rid of the children. I'm not. What we had together was beautiful. It really was. We've had some wonderful times. We really have. I'm going to remember fondly lockdown and getting the Quest 1 that I own. Playing VR. The world wasn't speaking, but you and me, we connected with people. It was great. And then obviously the new ones came along. The young ones. The Quest 2s. Oh, I still remember opening those boxes. All excited. Getting out the controllers, feel them. Putting them on my head. Being amazed by the quality. Fun times. Absolutely fun times. But then it came along. It came along. Maybe we rushed it. Maybe we weren't ready for it. Maybe you and me weren't quite up for the task. Maybe we bit off more than we could chew. But the Pro arrived. I was one of the first in the world to get it, from what I could tell from YouTube. I did my clumsy unboxing. I put it on a table in the front room because I wasn't even really set up to do that. So I just got it out and showed everyone all excited. Because I was excited. I really was. I played my favourite game in it. We did a good old stream in that, and that was nice. To the comfort levels and the quality and the visuals. Fantastic. I mean, a few niggly problems. We'll get to those. But then people started telling me that what we had together wasn't quite right. Every time I speak, you see. I say T, T, not T. I say T. It's not because I'm British, it's because I don't pronounce my words. And I think maybe that's what we weren't ready for. That level of sophistication. See? Sophistication. Just the way it rolls off there. Together we made loud noises. People weren't happy with what they heard. All the time. Constant reports. In my very first stream on this device. The mic popping. We can't be ignored. But I did ignore it because I thought, it'd be settings, or maybe there'll be something coming in, a firmware update, there'll be some sort of mic filtering or something like that. And maybe there would have been. I called the wife in excited. She knows about this. And I said, hey, put this on. And I put the Quest on her head. Because she's tried the Quest 2. And when I got the Quest 2, I made her wear the Quest 1 in the same home environment, and then I put the Quest 2 on her. And she was impressed with, like, the visuals and how clever it was. And I wanted her to have that again, because with a Pro, it's another leap. So I put it on her head. And she goes, it's dark. And I thought, it's just her. She's not very good with technology. She can't figure out the TV remote. So I take it off her head and we adjust it. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's not on seated properly, because I know it does that whole, if it's not on your face properly, it tells you. And she wouldn't be, she'd say it's dead, but there'd be a screen up saying something. That's what I thought, anyway. So we messed around for quite a while, back and forwards, putting it on her head, taking it off. That was the first sign it wasn't going to go well between us. So anyway, go back to my stream. I do have a bit of issues putting it on. And again, I feel it's just not seated on my head properly. And I tell her, it's because it wasn't on your head right. And then when I talk to people, I think I mentioned it in the stream. It's got to be on your head right, otherwise it turns. But then, I'm jumping between betas and alphas and a live build for the job that I do, which is my system development of, funny enough, an Oculus game. I'm not going to name the title here. You don't need to know that. People who know this channel know what game it is. It's only the most rated game in your store right now. But I'm not using that for clout. But yeah, so I'm updating and I'm changing the builds from alpha to live, I get a call, we're jumping in, we need to test some stuff. It won't turn on. Put it on my head. It's black. There's a backlight there briefly. And I know that it's on because if I press and hold the Oculus button, the little spinny thing comes on. But you're holding back from me. You're not turning the screen on. So I have to put that to one side and get the Quest down. Which is annoying, because obviously I've just paid for the new one. I mean, our relationship is not cheap. Girls like pearls, they like diamonds. You just like the green. You just want that big wad of money. And I gave you the big wad of money. It took me a lot of time to give you that big wad of money. Because your system's messed up. And then your support service led me round in circles to the point where I had to open 2 support tickets just so I could buy your device. Should have been a sign. But I really wanted the Pro. I really, really wanted the Pro. So anyway, so it won't turn on. So I leave it there that night because it's probably a Friday night or something, everyone's busy. And I go out and I come back and it still won't turn on. So I use the phone to do a firmware what do you call it? For a remote wipe, because it's all connecting that way. And I'm in there. And I put my finger up like that inside the hand. And it turns on. You know what it was? Your proximity sensor. You either can't see a shining head or it was a faulty one. So, I've discovered what it is, put a bit of tape over it. Obviously that's supposed to be short term. So I thought. So I contact support. Say, dead simple, know what it is. Done a wipe, put new firmware on, all that sort of stuff. But I'm having to put a piece of tape over the proximity sensor so that it turns on. So they made me jump through all the hoops. And I get it, I work in the sport industry. People lie. They say they do things, they don't do things. But I had, trust me. So, after a lot of jumping about, which takes a lot of time, we're talking days now, I get told, oh, here's the RMA stuff. Send it back to us, we'll send you a replacement. It may be a refurb unit. To which I replied, I didn't spend the value of a small second-hand car to have a refurb unit. I could buy 3 of Pico 4s and just give them out to people for that money. So I don't want a refurb unit, I want a new unit that I paid for. So it goes back and forwards again. We're now 2 days into this conversation about whether it's going to be a refurb unit because it takes a long time for support to answer. To which point, we go, oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the Quest 2. Despite the whole clicking on what it is, putting the serial numbers and everything in, they thought I was talking about the Quest 2. Wasted more days. We are days down the line now in this support ticket. Now, I am a content creator. You're here on my channel now watching me. My goal was to get that, and early, which is why I was desperate to get it in the pre-release, the pre-order, sorry, so that it would arrive and I could do videos for it. Because I only make a small amount of money off YouTube, but the plan was YouTube would pay for the Pro. Now there's a hype cycle. You've given away the Pro to like loads of YouTubers, and there's a lot of hype going on. So anyone doing Pro videos is going to get views at the beginning. I missed all that. Seriously. I could have paid for a third of my Pro doing that, and then paid the rest through the rest of the videos that I do wearing your device, talking about your device. Because the community was very interested in how I found the device. There's a stream online, you can watch it, it's hours long. And people are constantly, how are you finding the Pro? How are you finding the Pro? I'm on Discord, how are you finding the Pro? How are you finding the Pro? And I'm telling them it's all good, it's good. Got a few issues. But now I'm telling them it wasn't all good. I'm telling them that it was faulty. I'm telling them that you could hear the mic pops. Because I came out of that live and obviously people were like, ooh, that was quite bad. They're in my ears all the time. because I pronounce words. So now the narrative's changed. I'm telling people, actually, because support to this point has been shocking, don't buy it. But I'm still waiting because I still want my Pro back. I do. I want my Pro. The majority of people who watch my videos don't need a Pro. They watch my videos because I play a game, an Oculus game. And I'm known for that Oculus game. So they watch my videos. They don't need to buy the Pro. Quite a lot of the other big YouTubers that are linked to the game, they're asking me how I find the Pro. Because they're going to buy it because they've got the money. They get a few 100,000 views, they buy a Pro, they can afford it. It's not going to break the bank. But the average user of the game that I play has got a Quest 2. Probably not a PC. So we're talking entry level VR. They're not going to buy a Pro. So I'm telling them it's not for you guys. But I plan on using it for business. So all my developer friends have got the Pro. They got it after me, by the way. There's me sporting the Pro 7-8 hours before them. Yeah. Lording over him I was. I was going in Horizons and winking at people. And everyone in Horizons thought it was amazing. They were calling me over going, wink at her, wink at him. Blow your cheeks out. For a while I was a god. You took that away. So it's still ongoing. I still haven't got my money back. The reality is, I have gone through so many support tickets. Again and again and again. And I have to chase you guys. They'll just go dead, quiet for ages. I've been offered the final support, the survey 3 times. Because you think it's done. My Quest wasn't even returned fully, as in like it was sat in a depot. Supposedly only going to take 8 days. No, it took a lot longer than that. I have to chase you and say, where's my Quest? It's not on my desk, where it should be. It should be a Quest just there, Quest Pro. You know, so I can put it on and have all the multiple monitors and do all the workflow stuff that you told me I can do. And I get a message saying, oh, we're investigating it. So I'm like, are you telling me you lost my Quest? I'm like, no, we haven't lost the Quest. It's sat in the depot. Due to high demand for processing, they are far behind. Now, does this mean tons of other people have sent their Quest Pros back? Or just general Quests? Or is there tons of despondent people out there waiting for their pallets to be opened and processed? But this went on for quite a while. And again, longer than said. So I send an email and go, right, I've had enough. If I don't hear anything by the end of play on a Thursday, the end of the workday, it will no longer be a replacement, it'll be a refund. So Thursday comes and goes. It's Friday now, still no emails. So I have to email you again, where I tell you now, the time has passed, I want the money back. That's where I've got to. My relationship with you is now over. Don't worry, it's not me, it's you. So I tell them I want my money back. And I get an email confirming that it will be a refund. So I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I'll decide what to do. There's lots of PCVR stuff coming out next year. They're probably cheaper than the Quest Pro. But I did invest in the Quest Pro because up till now, I had a fantastic relationship with you. Never had a problem getting these. Didn't have a problem getting the Quest ones. So I actually wanted the Quest Pro. It had all the features I wanted. It could run the native stuff as well, which is especially important to me because we do the development on the native Quest. All the test builds are on Quest builds before they go to Steam. So I need to be able to jump in with other developers and do stuff. Yeah, so anyway, it's agreed that I'm going to get this refund. I get an email confirming this. 2 days later, I get an email saying, hey, here's your tracking for your parcel. So not only was it ignored, confirmed and ignored, it was sent back to me. So I had to wait 2 working days for my Quest to arrive. It arrived quite late. The guy knocked on the door once, left it on the step and walked away. We didn't even wait to see if we were in. So that's a street, by the way, in the UK. We don't really have a front garden. where I am. It's about this big. I could put one on there and one onto the fence. And then there's just the door. So it's not on my doorstep. Luckily the wife was in, so it didn't get pinched. Because that would have been a terrible story. I would have had to phone up, say it's been stolen. You guys will think I was lying. I know I'm not lying, but I know you think I'm lying. I'm going to be trying to prove my innocence despite not being guilty. I'm glad that didn't happen. Because that would have been the icing on the cake for this. Anyhow. So I've now got this Quest Pro. I've not even opened it. I've not even opened the box at this stage. I've kicked off a bit in tickets. I've got the RMA. I bring it into work. I've got busy stuff to do, so I don't post it the next day. But I'll post it the day afterwards. Now it's going back to the same depot that left it for weeks. It's around the corner, funny enough. I could have just got in the car and gone and taken it if I knew where it was. Yeah, so it's finally processed. Oh, eight days later. So you've delayed me getting my money again. So this whole process started in November the 12th. We are now on the 9th of December and the money is still not back in my bank. This is why it's over for us. I'm not sure we can recover from this. Now I know I sound like a whining old git. And I feel like a whiny old git. I feel like I've gone on about this far too much. I feel like I've been involved in your support tickets for too long. It's going to make life awkward for me in the future because I'm not buying another Meta product. The plan was to give one of these to my son because he's moved away to London, and I thought that'd be fantastic. We could play golf and stuff together. And I do want to get him a VR headset, and I want to be able to play games with him. But I'm not buying a Quest. These things are going to last until they die now. I'll be doing development in these when people are in the Quest 3 because I'm not buying a Quest 3. So you put me in a weird position where I kind of need a Quest, but I don't want one. At this stage, if I could get away with buying a Pico 4, I'd rather chuck my lot in with blooming TikTok and all the other Chinese worries that come with that. So it's definitely not me, it's you. You've turned me into a whinging old victim elder. If you don't know who that is, if you're not in the UK, if you do watch this video, if you're interested, Google it. Go on YouTube. There's a whingy old man that moans about things. He even went full Karen. Said, right, if I don't get a satisfactory response, I'm going to make a video telling people not to buy the Quest Pro. This isn't that video. This is just me having a good old grumble. I'm going to do that video. And I'm going to put like timestamps and the journey that it took about when I opened the tickets, how many tickets did I send before there was a resolution that I thought was a resolution. With a catchy screenshot of money on fire and a Quest Pro on top. That's what I'm going to do. I have a media audience. It's not very big. As YouTube channels go, 25k isn't much. Well, 24 isn't much. But they're going to see my video. And anyone typing in, should I buy the Pro? Is going to find, should I buy the Pro? No. Thanks guys. I'm very disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. Apparently that's the harshest thing you can say to someone. If they care. If you have a bit of empathy for your customers, I'm hoping that helps. Anyway, one grumpy old git going now. And I wish you well. I hope you don't lose another 100 billion with some stupid venture. And that the people that are invested in your industry get a bit more care from your support teams and your support programs and your support packages and the entire process, to be honest. Because so far, you're just leaving us floundering. When your stuff works, it works. But when it doesn't, it doesn't. And when it doesn't work, the system's supposed to help you sort out what doesn't work, don't work. And I'm a big advocate for there's always going to be problems. The measure of a company is how they deal with those problems. And you didn't. So anyway, that's the end of our relationship. Don't bother coming back, I've changed the lock.